Hello friends, in this session I'm going to teach you one very important shortcut technique to solve some questions in definite integration. Now you must have encountered with type of questions where you have integration 0 to pi by 2, sine raised to some power and cos raised to some power. Sometimes only sine is present, sometimes only cos is present. But usually the integral limits are from 0 to pi by 2. Even if they are not from 0 to pi by 2, you can still transform them to 0 to pi by 2 and then you can use this technique. So students, let's see today what this technique is. I welcome you all to this channel, Pankaj Lade. Stay tuned, watch the video till the end to understand this concept very properly. Now, if you take a look at this question, every question has limits 0 to pi by 2. Even if I change the limit from 0 to pi by 2 to say 0 to pi or 0 to 2 pi, the technique can be utilized, but the limit should be reduced to 0 to pi by 2. So make sure that your question of this type always has limits 0 to pi by 2. So this particular technique is called as the reduction method. This is called as the reduction method and it is applicable for integrals having limits 0 to pi by 2. So the limit of the integral always has to be from 0 to pi by 2, and then there should be a term of sine x. Remember, the angle of sine has to be x. The angle of sine has to be x. It will have some power, let us say m, and then there is another term cos x and it also has power, say n. So there are terms of sine and cos and their powers are m and n, which are some real numbers. They can be positive real numbers, they can be negative real numbers, they can be integers, fractions, anything. So sin x raised to m, cos x raised to n and dx. Now the technique that I'm going to teach you here is actually from first year engineering and the topic is called as beta gamma function. Now you don't have to know what is beta gamma function, you just have to remember what I'm going to teach you here. Now observe carefully. This reduction method or the reduction formula is given something like this. You memorize the formula and the formula is quite easy. You do not have to worry at all. Look at the formula. The formula for this is given by gamma m plus 1 upon 2. So the thought must have come to your mind that what is gamma? Students, let us not worry about what a gamma function is. We just have to understand the technique so that we will be able to solve such type of questions. So at this moment, even if your mind is thinking what is gamma function, let us keep it aside. Let us keep it aside and try to focus on what the technique is. So gamma m plus 1 upon 2, and then you write gamma n plus 1 upon 2 and whole divided by. So how many terms are there? There are two terms. So I'll write 2 here and then gamma. Whatever terms you have written in the numerator, simply add them. Whatever terms you have written in the numerator, simply add them. So you'll be getting m plus n plus 2 upon 2. So there is absolute no need to memorize a formula. Just remember the first term. Just remember the first term and the subsequent terms will keep on following. So gamma of m plus 1 upon 2. The next term is gamma n plus 1 upon 2 whole divided by, there are two terms, so I write 2 and then gamma of n plus 2 upon 2. How did I get this? I have simply added these two terms. That's all. So whenever you get a problem where you have integral limits at 0 to pi by 2, sin x and cos x have powers m and n, use this formula. Now let's try and understand few more terms, few more concepts. If I write gamma 1, remember that gamma 1 will always come 1. Gamma 1 is given as 1. Then the next thing that you should be knowing is gamma half. It is given by root pi, and then the third one that you need to know is gamma n plus 1 is n gamma n, isn't it? So just remember these terminologies, that's all. You don't have to understand the concept. Gamma 1 should be written as 1. If you get gamma of half, you write it as root pi. If you get gamma of n plus 1, you write it as n gamma n. And one more formula that you will need is gamma n will be written as n minus 1 factorial if n is an integer. So whenever you get n as an integer, you can write gamma n as n minus 1 factorial. So student, This is what you need to know, the reduction method or the reduction formula, to solve such type of questions where you have integral limits as 0 to pi by 2, there is a term of sin x with some power and a term of cos x with some other power. The powers can be same also and one of the term can be missing also, that does not matter, but a term of sine and a term of cos should be present and the limits of the integral has to be from 0 to pi by 2. Now once you have noted down the formula, I am recommending and suggesting you that you please note down the formula in a written format somewhere in your notebooks. That will help you to recall the formula and to understand it. So as I said, 0 to pi by 2, sin x and cos x, these are two terms with some powers and the formula is gamma m plus 1 upon 2. Just memorize the first term, that is enough to memorize the entire formula. So replace m with n, you get gamma n plus 1 upon 2. There are two terms, so write 2, and whatever terms you have got here, just add them. So gamma of m plus n plus 2 upon 2. Now I am going to make use of this technique to solve these questions and you are definitely going to love this method. Let's see the first question. If you observe the first question, the values of m and n is 5 and 6. Simply replace m and n with 5 and 6. So what will I get for the first question? So if I number it, this is question number 1. So for first one, let's try and understand what the answer comes. So I can write here m is going to be 5. So 5 plus 1, that's 6. 6 upon 2. 6 upon 2 becomes 3. So I'm going to get gamma 3 multiplies with, then you put n as 6. So that's 6 plus 1, which is 7. So you get 7 upon 2. So write gamma 7 upon 2 whole divided by 2 times of gamma m plus n plus 2. So that's 5 plus 6, which becomes 11. 11 plus 2, that becomes 13. So I write 13 upon 2. Now definitely you are not going to get your options like this, isn't it? You will be having some kind of a simple number. How do I arrive at that answer, that simple number? You make use of these 4 formulas that are given to you. Just make use of the 4 formulas which are given to you. Look at gamma 3. Doesn't gamma 3 look like gamma n? See, n should be an integer, and that too not just any integer, it has to be a positive integer. So gamma 3 looks like gamma n and answer is n minus 1 factorial. So it comes out to be 2 factorial. Isn't it very wonderful? Isn't it very simple? So gamma 3 comes out to be 2 factorial. But remember, gamma 7 by 2 cannot be using this formula. This formula is applicable only and only for integer. Make sure that you use this formula only and only when you have integers. Otherwise, this formula is not applicable. So 7 by 2 is not an integer, it's a fraction. That means this formula cannot be used. So gamma 7 by 2 cannot use this formula of gamma n, but I can make use of the previous formula where I've written gamma n plus 1. That means gamma 7 by 2 can be written as 5 by 2 plus 1. Did you observe the change? Did you observe the simplification? 7 by 2 can be written as 5 by 2 plus 1, which now resembles gamma n plus 1 whole divided by, there is 2, and then there is gamma 13 upon 2, which can be written as gamma 11 by 2 plus 1. 11 by 2 plus 1. Now, if you observe that 13 by 2 is a greater number than 7 by 2, so on the contrary, what I'll do here is, instead of writing gamma 7 by 2 as 5 by 2 plus 1, let's keep it gamma 7 by 2. You will wonder why this has been done. Just wait for a moment, you'll get the answer to this question. Why gamma 7 by 2 should not be written. So gamma 13 by 2 has been written as gamma of 11 by 2 plus 1. So I'm going to get here this 2 factorial, as you know it is going to be 2. So 2 factorial and 2 can be cancelled. So these two things get cancelled. Then gamma 11 by 2 plus 1 resembles our formula gamma n plus 1. So my answer is going to come gamma 7 by 2 upon. So that's 11 by 2 and gamma 11 by 2. Can you understand that? Gamma n plus 1. Gamma n plus 1 is n gamma n. So 11 by 2, gamma 11 by 2. Now the gamma 11 by 2, imagine here is gamma 11 by 2. Make your mind to see that value. Gamma 11 by 2 can be written as 9 by 2 plus 1, which becomes 9 by 2 gamma 9 by 2, isn't it? Gamma of 11 by 2 can be written as 9 by 2 plus 1, which gives me the answer 9 by 2 gamma 9 by 2, isn't it? So I'll write here 11 by 2, 9 by 2. Next comes gamma 9 by 2. Gamma 9 by 2 can be written as 7 by 2 plus 1. So that gives me 7 by 2 and gamma 7 by 2. Did you get that? That was the reason gamma 7 by 2 in the numerator was not simplified. I can cancel these two terms and my final answer would simply come 2 into 2 into 2. That's 8. So I write 8 here. Then 9 7s are 63. 63. I hope you know what happens when you multiply by 11. You get 693. Isn't it? So I would write 8 upon 693. So that's your answer for the first question. Isn't it a very super technique? If you know the technique, you can get the answer within a trice, isn't it? Now, so that was the first answer. So I hope you have understood this technique. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove some part from here and I'm going to solve the second question. Let's solve the second question. So that was the first one. I'm going to remove it from here. I hope you have noted this down. So I'm going to remove all these things from here. Let's take the second one. So for the second one we have 0 to pi by 2 again, sin x raised to 7, but there is no cos x term. I can introduce a term of cos x with the power 0, isn't it? With the power 0, so let's put cos x raised to 0. Now if you use this same formula here for the second question, let's say that the second question, you simply have to replace m with 7. So let's replace m with 7. So that's 7 plus 1, that becomes 8. 8 upon 2, you get 4, isn't it? Then n is 0, you put 0 plus 1, that's half upon 2, and then gamma m is 7 plus n is 0 plus 2, so that's 7 plus 2, that becomes 9, so you get 9 upon 2, isn't it? So gamma 4 is gamma n is an integer, so you simply get n minus 1 factorial, that is 3 factorial. Gamma half, you know it is root pi, so let's write root pi. Again I'm going to tell you one more shortcut technique here. That's 2 here. How to write gamma 9 by 2? Very quickly you can write it. Gamma 9 by 2. What is 2 less than 9? What is 2 less than 9? It's 7. Begin from 7. So that's 7 by 2, 5 by 2, 3 by 2, 1 by 2 and gamma 1 by 2. Understand and remember this technique very properly. It was gamma 9 by 2. Reduce 2 and begin from there. And begin from the number after 2. That means 2 less than 9, which is 7. So begin from 7. So 7, 5, 3, 2, 7, 5, 3, 1 and gamma 1 by 2 has to come there. And you know gamma 1 by 2 is root pi. So this root pi cancels. One of the two cancels. Then 3 factorial is 3 into 2. So that's 3 into 2 upon that 7, 5 and 3. So that's 35. 35 into 3 is 105. 105 upon 2 2s are 4. 4 2s are 8. That 8 goes in the numerator, so that's 8 into 2, 16, 16 3s are 48 upon 105 is your answer for the second question. And students, I'm going to leave the third one as a practice problem for you all. I hope you will definitely be able to understand the technique. So isn't this technique a very simple technique, a very important technique, a very sweet technique to get the question for 0 to pi by 2, sin x raised to m and cos x raised to n. So whenever you have such kind of questions where sin and cos are involved and they have some powers and the integral is from 0 to pi by 2, this is very specifically required that the integral has to be 0 to pi by 2. If it is not 0 to pi by 2, you have to take help of some transformation, some rules of definite integration to make the limits of the integral as 0 to pi by 2. The limits of the integral has to be 0 to pi by 2. Only then this technique is applicable, and you just remember what the formula is, make use of it, and you can get your answers in no time. So students, I hope you have understood this technique very well. I wish you all the very best. Keep watching all my videos, like them, share them, and please do subscribe to my channel. I thank you all for watching this video. You all have a very great day ahead.